We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. Come on. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. Fucking get in there. Don't want no shit today on this one. Don't want no negative vibes. We'll touch on Farker. A little bit annoyed at certain parts of that game, but we will take it. Swansea 3, Leeds 4. What a frigging game that was. Unreal roller coaster of emotions. Get your comments in. Thanks for being here, out regulars. Seeing chat, Danny, Sean, all of these bros. Thank you so much. Like Danny says, smash a like on the video, please, and subscribe if you haven't already. All of these bros too. Just want to say congratulations to all of these bros. Have just hit 400 subs, which is brilliant. Haven't been doing it that long, like myself, so fantastic that they've got to that milestone so early. Really proud of you boys. But yeah, let's get into it. Honestly, boring to say. Are you not entertained? As Daniel Dubois would say. Are you not entertained? Fucking buzzing. Honestly, I know it's not an instant match reaction. You have to get kiddies to bed and sort house out and get ready. Can't just jump on whenever I want to, really. So kids are in bed. Had a couple of hours with missus. Legs been going. I've been twitching, ready to get on just to chat to you guys. And yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. I said a few times this, run up to this game. Performance didn't really matter to me at all. I just wanted 3 points, and we got entertainment, a bit of a performance, and 3 points as well, which is what main thing. I mean, just honestly, I'm just buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. Might not be the most tactical of reviews this, but who gives a shit? I'm sure we're all just reeling with that. And when you've got work tomorrow, I've got to be up nice and early. I think I'm up at up at 5 in the morning. I don't care. Bring it on. Bring it on. Press it tomorrow, 3:30. Danny says, yeah. It's mint when there's that many games in short space of time, mate. It's just non-stop. So it's going to be a busy week. But yeah, we'll see. Press it tomorrow. Hopefully everyone's come through unscathed, which I think they have. That'll be good to know. A couple of easy days, maybe. Rest and recover and go again Wednesday, mate, for another 3 points. Boring Farker football again, so passive. Yeah, that's it, Sean. So boring, mate, honestly. Sean, you're never happy. I'm sure he's winding you up with that one. Was a great result, top of the league, and obviously Farker's been watching all Bielsa Leeds matches of an international break. Yeah, 100%, mate. It's we all say we miss Bielsa. Well, that was as close as you're going to get to a Bielsa game, lads. So, if you haven't enjoyed that, then you're talking a load of waffle if you like the Bielsa days, because that was right up there as the Birmingham 5-4 or 4-3, something similar to that. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, Danny, right there, 3 points. My nails, yeah. Well, when they got the equaliser, mate, we thought it were done, didn't we? But yeah, evening, gents. How good does that feel? Evening, Danny, pal. Oh, honestly, my head's just a mess of it still. It feels like it's only just ended a couple of minutes ago. Honestly, I'm just reeling with delight. I mean, yeah, let's try and make some sense of it anyway. I know a lot of big hitters have already done it, but I'll try and put my spin on it. So yeah, team lineups come out. Surprised not seeing Nonto win there. I sort of called it last night. I was on Joe's show. I've been chatting to all of these bros as well, and I sort of called it thinking, there might be a bit of a change here. I kind of felt Dan James earned his right to start on that right-hand side, and fucking hell, he's earned his right for a statue after that one, hasn't he? But yeah, so he gets a start, and then, the obvious move is to move Nonto out to the left, and Solomon drops a bench, which I think majority of people wanted, not only expected. But yeah, I quite fancy Solomon to start this game. I really did. I put my neck on line and said I think he'll start, and I think we'll get something from him. And whether you thought he played well in spells at game or not, he come up with 2 goals, clutch moments, 2 goals. And if we're gonna have weeks in games this season where, we give Pirro, I said this to Darren on a message, if we give Pirro his flowers for, not performing really, not playing too well, but coming up with those moments of scoring, which is what people have been doing. Pirro hasn't had an 8 or a 9 out of 10 performance for me this season, but he comes up with goals and moments, and when he's scoring week after week, he gets his flowers, and rightly so. So I think you're a hypocrite if you can't give Solomon his flowers tonight. He might not have been outstanding. I'm not saying he was. Dan James was outstanding. Solomon played well, played okay, played good, without, like I say, he weren't at Dan James's level, but he played well, and he got 2 goals. And if you don't agree he played well, he still got 2 goals. So, you've got no to moan about with Solomon today. He's got to get in those areas, and he will score. This is what I've been wanting from Solomon. I'm wanting him to be more clinical. I want him to get in these areas and be effective. And I think we've seen today, especially with that second goal he got. He could easily play central for me, because Solomon, I think, he's had 2 shots there, 2 goals. Yeah, people will say they were tap-ins. He's still got to make those runs. He's still got to get there for him, and he looked hungry today. He looked a lot more involved than we've seen him, and I'll give me flowers to Solomon. Yeah, like Easy says here, goals are what count. Yeah, I mean, we have players, everywhere in world football. They might do a lot of good stuff and not score. But when it comes to your front men, they're always going to be measured by the goals and assists out there. So I'm happy to see you've given me flowers there. Like I say, 2 goals. Without them, we don't win game, do we? So you can't deny him that. And it's a big call leaving Nonto out for Solomon, isn't it? If that backfires for Farker, everyone's gunning for him. And it almost did to a degree, but perfect. You get the left winger score 2, who starts in replacing Nonto, then Nonto comes on and gets his winner. Very much like I say with Pirro when he usually comes on off a bench, but. Yeah, absolutely brilliant, buzzing. Not a negative, but think we have a touch on us defending today. Have to touch on us. Yeah, 100%, mate. It was very unlike Leeds defensively. I'd tell you what, before I touch on our defence, I thought Swansea's defence were just crazy. How are they, up there? I mean, you could say for both teams, couldn't you? 4-3 games, 7 goals. Both teams, you're looking at that, and I think we conceded 9 before the game, and they conceded 10. 2 of the best sides in the league for defence. And, if you're a neutral watching that, you're probably thinking, how's that happened? How are these 2 best defensive sides in the league? But Swansea, like, what were they doing? Why were they playing such a high line with Dan James playing and Solomon? I honestly could not believe it. We got behind them so many times. Big props to Pascal Struijk as well, like, He's passing, yeah. I know we're at fault potentially for 1 goals. He lost the ball, but his passing today was phenomenal. That first ball where he played through for Dan James on his right foot as well. Bear that in mind, he played it with his right foot. Perfect weight for Dan James just to cut through. Honestly, unreal. And you've always got that. I love that. Yes, when Dan James is playing on the right side, you've only got to look up and he's making that run. You don't even have to look up. You can just play the ball into an area you know he's going to get there. And same for what's called that one? Byram crossed in. Solomon second, wasn't it? Yeah, Solomon second. Byram again. We all thought, he's a bit too defensive, which he is. Gets forward there, great assist. Plays it along with his left foot as well. Not too often do we see some of these players play with both feet as well. We've got some of the most one-footed players I've ever seen in a side. Like, unbelievably so, and it's nice to see someone like a Byram playing a ball across with his left foot, which he needs to be doing when he's playing on the left hand side, and Pascal Struijk, cutting in and playing a beautiful ball through with his right foot, like unbelievable, like unreal. I can't even. I'm just buzzing. It's not going to be very tactical. This, honestly, I'm just absolutely buzzing. Like I say, our defense was a strange one today. I mean, that first goal. Criminal defending, and I think it was Tanaka. Who lost his man. I mean, I don't expect Tanaka to be a massive aerial threat, to be fair, in either box. He should do better there. He lost his man. I'm sure it was Tanaka. To be fair, it was a good finish from a centre half. It was a really good finish. Yeah, easy. I've heard some say easiest goal he'll score, but to be fair, it was a good finish. That decent delivery, but yeah, he just ball watching, not looking at your runners. It's criminal, really. We haven't done bad from set pieces this season. We've looked a little bit better in defending them than we have in previous years, but that was sad that today to see that go in. And it took the sting out of what I thought was a fairly positive start, to be honest. I didn't feel, I mean, I know a lot of lads have said a goal either way. I think Darren has said that from all these bros, a lot of people felt that had maybe Millwall about it, with both sides keeping possession, both sides, not conceding many goals. But at 1-0 down, I didn't feel like that would be it, to be honest. The Millwall one sort of felt like that when they went 1 up. You could sort of see the script, playing out as it did. This game, when we went 1-0 down, I just knew, you could just sense it, the way the game was very open. I just didn't sense it just being a 1-0. And yeah, I'm delighted for Solomon, I'm absolutely delighted for him. Yeah, Pascal Struijk plays it through. Dan James, puts on a plate for him. My mate Priestley voice noted me saying we've scored the most FIFA-like goals today. I mean, I haven't played FIFA in a fair few years now, but I know what it means by that. Running into the box and just squaring it for a tap in at far post. Very, very FIFA-ish goals. But I'm here for it, and you can get very eager in that position, you know, where Solomon is. You can be too eager, and we've seen it before. You know, the amount of times he got played offside, you know, just too eager to get to the ball, and he holds his run really well there because it's really tempting to, you know, to go. And Dan James holds it that little bit longer, just what's needed to make the keeper hesitate, and plays a beautiful ball across. And yeah, he can't miss Solomon, he can't, but you know, he's followed up the run there and he's kept up with Dan James, which isn't an easy thing to do. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for him. What annoyed me, and obviously it played out in the second half, but it really didn't matter in the end, obviously. But I was very annoyed to concede on half-time break. Like I'm a massive believer, me, that if you concede going in at half-time, it's such a lift. It's obvious to say that it's such a lift and such like a kicking knackers to you, you know, when you concede. No matter what sport it is to concede, you know, I watch a lot of rugby league as well, and you know, that try or that goal right on half-time, it's just a killer. So I really wanted to see a reaction, and we got it. Like, we really did. My biggest negative on this one, every time we sort of got back in game, we dropped off. You know, we got we were 1-0 down. We played really well to get back to 1-1. Then we sat back off again. And I feel like the moments when we were on top in this game, where it were only periods of time, because I'll be honest with you, Swansea didn't play bad at all. I mean, they had more possession than us. You know, they had what, 56% possession to our 44. It's not many teams will do that at all. Not many teams will score 3 past us. So it's credit to Swansea, really. But yeah, I just feel in the periods where we were on top, we could have been more cutthroat. We could have got more goals today. Clinical though, didn't miss any big moments at all in this game. 4 shots on target in total, 4 goals. Unreal. What do we talk about? Big moments, big misses, big chances missed, shot, you know, chances created, and then we fluff his lines quite a lot. Not today. Yeah, we didn't create as many big chances, but we scored 4 in 4 shots on target, which is phenomenal. You know, Mez made a couple of saves. We'll touch on Mez as well for the second goal, because I'm not too sure. Let's get into some of your comments. Only socks off today, but lacked quality for me. Who's that? Who are we talking about there? Aronson. Yeah, we know that though, don't we? We know he hasn't got an abundance of quality. We know at this level he's got enough to get by, and his work ethic he'll be enough, along with the bit of quality he does have. Obviously, as he goes up, you know, we go up to Premier League, we'll have to see, won't we? I think it's time someone else to play in the 10. Yeah, Dylan, we've said it, haven't we? We've said it. I did say yesterday though, didn't I? He don't tend to take Aronson. Aronson just gets beasted. He just because he's got a good engine on him. He just tends to just play constantly. But if you look at Wednesday night now, pal, Solomon really, you can't drop Solomon Wednesday night. We didn't see Ramazani touch grass today, so obviously that goes to show he ain't going to play Wednesday. It might be Wednesday, hopefully, you know, coming on for a few minutes, maybe. But look how tight that was today, and they didn't risk him. But Solomon starts on left. You'd have to say you can't drop Dan James, but then how do you not get Nonto in team when he comes in and does that? So it might be a good tactic to, you know, to play that on Wednesday. Maybe give him a run out. And Aronson's done that wrong, but he deserves a rest as well. You know, he's been on international duty. We're playing again on, is it Saturday? So it's not like he's going to be out for, you know, any length of time, really. So for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Nonto after a bit of a rest today and getting that his confidence will be sky. I expect Nonto now, you know, to go on a bit of a run, and whether it's assists or goals, he's going to be flying after that. Absolutely flying. Sometimes dropping people to the bench, taking them out of firing line, also showing them they need to work harder, which I think Nonto hasn't been bad at all. He hasn't been as good as he's been. When Nonto's been good this season, he's been fucking brilliant. When he's been off it, he hasn't been turgid, he hasn't been that bad, no, but his ceiling's so high, we always expect, you know, a level off him, and I think he's just come below that. And I think Solomon's, you know, managing Solomon's minutes, and he's crept in, you know, after his sub appearance, he's got a start and a couple of goals. He's now pushing, which is what you want. Ramazani's not far off back. This is what we want. Nonto comes on, gets a goal. Ramazani's back in a couple of games. Solomon's now started scoring. Dan James with 3 assists. Fucking hell. Unreal, man. Unreal. Peter was poor, in my opinion, lads. Raging because really wanted him to grab it today. Yeah, honestly, I just want to touch on Pido. I say it every time, and you know, it is one of those I told you so moments. It really is, and he might go and score an hat-trick on Wednesday, and I hope he does. But the best formula for this side, and I know we won 4-3, but in terms of Pido and Joseph, it's Joseph starts and Pido comes off a bench. No matter what, I'm telling you now, if it had been the other way around, results, I think we'd have still nicked it. But Pido would have probably come on and got one when games more stretched and we're going for it. You know, it just happens. It's just better for the side. He doesn't tend to have a great game ever. I can't remember the last time I said Pirro were brilliant. He's had a couple of games where he's had a better game, but he's never had a brilliant game. Pirro's top goal scorer for us. I don't think he's had a man of match performance. He doesn't look brilliant, but he's effective in his role. And for me, his role is better off the bench. And I called he started tonight because I wanted him on pitch for longer than 25 minutes. I did, because I did think big chance to be at a premium. I was right about that. We had 4 shots. I didn't think we'd put 4 away. If you would have told me 4 game, we're going to have 4 big chances or 4 chances, on target, I wouldn't have predicted 4 goals. You might have predicted 1 out of 4, because we don't. As expected XG, it's just we don't convert, do we? So for me, I feel like I'm a bit proved right with that. I do think Joseph should start. Pirro comes off bench, but honestly, I don't really give a shit. I think everyone else around in that side, that front 4, the 3 behind the striker, are good enough anyway. I really aren't bothered, to be fair, but I just feel like you could see today he didn't have a good game. He couldn't get going, and you hadn't got him coming off a bench because he started, and that's where you want him. For me, fresh legs, 25 minutes, Pirro in box. That's where he does his damage. Dan James could have scored a couple of days, sorry, but after today, I think Ramazan struggles to get back in. Nah, Danny, he don't, mate. He don't. We want that to be the case. I want Ramazan to struggle to get back in, and I love him. I honestly, I think 4 years from now, Ramazan is Rafinha level, like that, like at those clubs, like that. Maybe not Rafinha level, but at a club like that. If Leeds don't progress, like a Villa say, and end up in Europe in 3 or 4 years, like. I don't want us to be a stepping stone at all, but you've seen it with Rafinha, you've seen it with players who come to Leeds, get to Premier League, and then try and move on into Europe if Leeds aren't in Europe. I think Ramazani will be playing in Europe in 3 or 4 years' time, whether that's at Leeds United or not. But I want him to struggle to get back in the side. I don't think that'll be the case. But Solomon now, after having 4 or 5 weeks to stake a claim, hasn't really done it until today. Great. Brilliant. Oh, mate, next game, he won't start next game for sure. I reckon Wednesday you might see him for 10, 15 minutes, depend out games. Depends how the game goes, Danny. But I still think in 3 games' time, he probably does get back in. But what we want now is Solomon to get another one, don't we? And get another one. And have these dilemmas where it's just, you want it to be when he can't drop Solomon. That's what you want. You want Daniel Farke's job to be so hard, a bit like the Ampadu and Tanaka or Ampadu and Rothwell one. That's what you want for that, innit? You want him to come back, fit, have that option, and Farke would turn around and be like, I can't bring him back in. How do I drop them? That's what we want. And we all sort of stress about it, going, how's he going to do this? How's he going to do that? It doesn't really matter, does it? We always tend to have these conversations, which is good. We all chat. We have a mate at a pub. We chat to your mates at game. We chat on here. But it's Farke's decision. And how many times have we had, a bench what you look at and go, I won't bring any of them on. How many times last season did we have a bench where Farke looked at it and gone, yeah, I don't fancy these? Nearly every week. Now, fully fit, 90% fully, fit Leeds United. It's just scandalous, embarrassment of riches we've gotten. Yeah, I'm just buzzing. Come on, honestly. Fucking hell. Yeah, man. Let's get in some more comments because they're coming in thick and fast. Yeah, cheers. Listen to Dylan. He knows what he's talking about. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. All these bros. What a headache for Farke now with the winging position. Yeah, mate. Like I say, that's what I want in it. Unreal, mate. Dan James, what a player. What a player. He's got honestly got a bit most improved. Him and Firpo, I suppose. Him and Firpo just. Wow, what an improvement. And you know what it is, right? I say everybody, I don't want to pigeonhole everyone, but the majority of fans say, and me too, Dan James and Firpo, they've levelled up since we've dropped a level. We've levelled down, some players have levelled up. Fair enough. Can't we give Farke a bit of that credit, though? Can't we give him a little bit of credit for that? Rather than looking at the drop down in quality, has raised a couple of our poorer players' his quality. Yeah, I get that. There's a bridge there that gets, there's a gap there that gets bridged. I understand that. Can we not give Farke his flowers for that, though? Can we not say he improves players? Because for me, I'm going to say that. If people disagree or not, like, Farke's got to get some of that credit for me. He's got to, because Firpo was gone. Dan James, we loaned him to Fulham. He were gone. Look at him now. Unreal. Only Leeds bros. So was Joseph. Has been poor for Leeds since Pido has been starting for us. I don't think Joseph has the same impact off bench. That's what it comes down to, doesn't it? When Pido starts and doesn't have a good game, you're relying on Joseph coming on and doing something to level Pido has been off a bench, and it's just not him for me. You know, he's strong. He's a stronger player for longer minutes for me, and Pido comes on and gets the glory. What's he do now? You know, it tends to be Pido is a bench player. He grabs a couple of goals, looks in good form, he gets his start, and then doesn't tend to take that chance. And then we're back again, aren't we, a few weeks later? Right, we'll give Joseph a go. 3 or 4 games go by, Joseph is scoring, Pido comes off a bench and gets those goals. He puts him back in. It's like, really, just needs to stick with someone, really, for a longer period of time. It's like you get 5 games, and then he switches it back. No one's really grabbing it, either. But I think, like I say, for me, the best is just start with Joseph and let Pido come on for half an hour. That's the. Surely people are starting to see that works better. Do I care tonight? Couldn't give a fuck. Don't care. Easy. I don't think the defending was as bad as it looked. Their 2 crosses were undefendable, and the shot that went past Melier, he was onside. The ball deflected. Watch it back in slow motion. Yeah, to be fair, I saw him getting a lot of heat, Melier. I just want to touch on that. Look at that stash. Come on, best mustache on YouTube. Only joking. Yeah, he's got a lot of heat as Melier for that goal. And I think it's just because it pace at ball. When you slow it down, it looks even worse, doesn't it? But it did take a deflection. It were quite far over to the side of goal, and stumbling across. I think maybe lost his foot a bit. He just couldn't get there. And what I will say is, I'd love a goalkeeper who does get there. I'd love a goalkeeper who can pull some out of bag, and save the unsavable. He made a good save in the second half from distance. He's made some, top saves since we've had him in our side over the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, not many though. That was one of them where, yeah, I ain't going to say it was his fault at all. It was a bit of good fortune on their behalf. Strout lost ball, halfway line, nowhere near goal, so I ain't blaming him either. They broke, cut it across. It's just one of them things, but little deflection, and it just sort of rolled under him, rolled past him. He just couldn't get there, sorry, could he? And I just want him to be better. I want to have a goalkeeper who makes these saves, and I know they come. I know they're world-class keepers who win your points on their own, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it, if, something like that, he'd just get there and tip around post, and we're all saying, what a worldy save, what a save by Melier. But, yeah, it wasn't his fault as such, mate, but, I just want someone who can do that, mate, really. Second goal was a deflection. Yeah, well, mate, it was. Like I say, I think if that done to that deflection, to be fair, I think he gets it quite easily. It just nicked that, a little bit away from him. And, it was an hard save, but I don't feel like he's ever going to make a save like that, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll drop Aronson for Willie. Yeah, 100%, Sean. 100%. And that's not because I wouldn't even say drop. I know what you mean, but I don't think you're saying Aronson's poor. But that's the terminology we'll use. Yeah, dropping for Willie on Wednesday, especially. I don't want to use the word drop, though, because it sounds like Aronson's doing something wrong. I wouldn't. I'd freshen it up. That's the better way of putting it, mate. Freshen it up. We'll freshen it up with a bit of Willie. Yeah. Make of that as you will. Don't be brainwashing again. He's got his fishing rod out. I'm way behind on comments here. I'm going off on a tangent here. I'd been Bamford in and giving the key to the city of Leeds. Are you daddy in disguise? Are you daddy in disguise? Joseph has been starting that start of season, missed a lot of chances. Pido doesn't miss off. Yeah, he did, mate. Let's be fair, Joseph got the 9 shirt, didn't he, at the beginning of the season? And I was buzzing for it, and I'm sure you were, Sean. A lot of us were. Maybe, it's an heavy shirt, that, isn't it? What I will say is he's never let his head drop. He's always looked busy. He's always, he gives us everything whenever he plays as Joseph. But yeah, he's not as clinical. Will that come? I believe it will. But like I say, it's just a toss-up. Joseph does it all and ain't clinical. We saw today, Pido, when he doesn't get that goal or that opportunity to score, he's sort of non-existent, really. Don't even have a bad game. Some days his touches, lets him down and stuff. But today, he just wasn't in the game, really, for me. He just weren't. It were all about his wingers, to be fair, wasn't it, tonight? Today, his wingers, it was just all about them, really. Rothwell was off it today. Yeah, he weren't his beautiful self, was he? Let's put it that way. I don't think he was bad. He just weren't nowhere near at his level. Tanaka just, yeah, we'll talk about him soon. Fucking unreal. I thought Pirro was okay today. He acts as a distraction for the opposition defence. Look at the own goal. Defender panic because he knew Pirro. Yeah, maybe that's in the red, mate. Maybe, but I think, yeah, I mean, the distraction as in there's a body there, but yeah, I suppose in their head, mate, they'll know they've got a clinical striker and they've got to be wary. I think if you're defending against Pirro and he's having an off game or not at his best, against defending against Joseph, who's maybe not at his best, I think Joseph's outworking him. I think you're going to have an harder game against Joseph. But obviously, when Pirro plays and scores, you've got to go against that. But I feel like he's going to give an harder game. That's why I just think it works, mate. But I can't argue, mate. Pirro's been doing it for us this season. Without Pirro's goals, we wouldn't be top of league today, would we, as we speak? So I'll give him his flowers. And I wanted Pirro to start today, but I just feel like today you've seen. I know he weren't bad. It was just more non-existent to a degree. You know what I mean? Like on another day, one of these runs that Dan James gets played for one, cuts it across, it's Pirro tapping it in it. So sometimes it's right place, right time, and it was Solomon today who got those. I would still start Ramazani over James because James would cause murder with his pace in the last few. Yeah, it's I used to think this with Dan James. Even last season, especially, I used to feel like he's always going to be bridesmaid. He's never going to be bride. He's always going to be like, for me, super sub. Like super sub. We had it in rugby league. I say this all the time, like I'm a bigger rugby league fan than a football fan. I'm not at all. But I grew up in rugby league at Leeds Rhinos. We could afford to go to rugby. We couldn't really afford to go to Leeds United when I was a kid. So, but the great Rob Burrow, God rest his soul, my hero. He turned into a bit of a super sub. BB they used to call him. He was just so fast, so rapid. It reminds me of the football equivalent of that does Dan James. You can end up looking at someone just thinking he's brilliant off the bench. He's such an impact player. And that's what Rob Burrow for Leeds Rhinos. Just at the level, just unreal to come on, halfway through a game and just the impact you have with that blistering pace. Pace in any sport is just the biggest asset, really. Yeah, quality, experience, a lot of other attributes in all sport, but there's no, you can't get away from just pace, raw pace. It's just, and Dan James has got it in abundance, and I sort of get what you mean. I sort of thought it would be a super sub this season, but we're in Joel Pirro territory now, aren't we? He can't be a bench option when he's coming up with 3 assists like that. Just like, Pirro can't really be a bench option when he's scoring 3-4 goals in, 3 or 4 games. So it depends on how they play. So, yeah, I think if everyone's fit, mate, there's definitely a chance that Dan James don't make the starting lineup. I can never rule out him being a bench option. And I think he'll kick up the least fuss as well. I don't think he'll be bad behind the scenes. You got to look at it. We nearly signed him, didn't sign him. He goes to Scum. We end up getting him. He plays up front instead of being on his position. Don't moan. Gives it good effort, even though fans are, turning on him. Goes to Fulham. We treat him like shit. He comes back and does what he does, and fair play to him. Hi, love, you all right? Yeah. The missus is coming for a snack, I think. He's coming for a snack. All of these bros. He's improved Furpo, Defo, improved Bogles, defending massively. Yeah. It is a drop in league. You're not playing against the top players in the world every week. It is a drop. Yeah, of course it is, mate. It is a drop down in league, yeah. But like I say, when it comes to certain players, I've got to give Farker his flowers, mate. He's improved a couple of these players. But I mean, not being funny, mate. 2 years ago when we were in Premier League, I'd say most fans would have said Furpo won't survive in Championship. Aronson won't be able to do it. It's too physical, he ain't physical enough. And Dan James as well. A lot of people thought Dan James might do it because of his pace, but Farker's definitely improved some of these. Mark Sutherland, hey up, Mark. I hope you're doing well, pal. Thanks for tuning in. Evening, Matthew. Reek game today. We showed resilience and ground it out. I thought Melier was outstanding. 10 points clear by 50 Jan MOT. Mate, only 10 points clear by 50 Jan. Get off my channel, Mark. Come on. More than that. I'm only joking. Yeah, I agree, mate, in all aspects, yeah. I don't think Melier was outstanding today. I thought he did all right with that one chance, wasn't there? that one goal where he maybe could have done better, but I aren't really too concerned on that. And the other goals, there were no saving them. But yeah, it's one of them, mate. I'm just buzzing. I can't deny. I think we will. I think we'll go into New Year, mate, top and clear. Jordan Foster, when did you grow that ass? Bum tash, bro. Chelsea fan. Chat. Give him some shit. Chelsea fan. Don't you're all right, bro, anyway. It's like Farker is going to look better in the Champo than the Premier League. Yeah, he is, mate. Because we're supposed to be winning this league, and we are gonna, and we are the top side in this league when we go up. There's objectives, there's aims, there's goals. It'll be measured, won't they? I do think Farker can be lower end Premier League manager. I do. I think he can do a job in Premier League to, for the first year or two as a team consolidating. It's then beyond that. Do I think Farker's a top 10 Premier League manager? No. Do I think he can mix it with 14 to 17, 14? Yeah, I do, yeah. Do I want to be down there long? No, I don't. But that's why I expect for first year. That's why I think he'll keep his job and he'll consolidate. And then there might be some, calls to be made then. Easy says, my problem is fans picking on our good young players, Joseph, Melier, Strout, James. They've all been rubbished at times. Yeah, they have, mate. It doesn't take much, does it, for people to jump on the back? It really doesn't take much. Don't matter how well you're doing. You're only one more average or poor performance away from getting some stick. It can turn pretty nasty. Since me being on YouTube and starting social medias and that to try and promote, I've seen a lot more online. It's not as bad in stadium. It's not as bad when you talk to a bloke down the pub or you mate on site and stuff. It's more online. there's quite a lot of hate for a lot of people, isn't there? Which is a shame. We'll just have to laugh for Piro. Nah, mate. No. He's probably got all attributes plus the goal scoring. He's like Joseph with Piro's finishing. But nah, mate. You know what it is? I just won't change anyone, mate. I'd change him for Bamford. Is that a swap? No. I won't change it for anyone, mate. You just never know, do you? Better the devil, grass ain't always greener. Yeah, I won't, mate. I won't. Not now. I just think Piro won't do it in Prem, just like a lot of people say. Farker won't, and we'll find out that next year. But no, I won't change. I won't swap anyone for anyone, mate. I really won't. I'm happy. I like the side. I'm proud of the boys. Proud to be a Leeds fan. There isn't anyone in that side I don't really like. There's no egos. I'm happy. It's not picking on them. It's giving an opinion on players. Are allowed to be criticised? Yeah, they are, mate. They are. Sometimes it goes overboard, though, Sean. But yeah, all the players you mentioned there's been times they rightly deserve criticism. What I try to be measured with my approach with this. Like, I don't ever want to slag anyone off to the point where it becomes too much, and it's not my style. I'm not that kind of person. But like, some people do deserve to be criticised, and when you've got a channel or you're talking your emotions, you are allowed to criticise people. If they score, you're always going to be. If Bamford comes on and scores an hat-trick on Wednesday, I'm going to give him his flowers 100%. I want to be proved wrong by these players, but people do overstep mark and go too far, Sean, as well. And it's just be measured. You can give constructive criticism, you can give your point on a performance. It's a lot of people, and you'll see it yourself. So a lot of people go too far with stuff and get too personal. Piro is the better option off the bench. Joseph is dragging the defenders round with their position of 60. Jason Webster, you can come again, my mate. Yep. Nail on head. Jason the Hammer Webster nails it with that one, buddy. I say it all the time, mate. Yeah. Hopefully people will start listening to me. But like I did call for Piro to start this game, but I feel like today it's just, it's shown that it's just the best combination. And like I said, there'll be games where Piro does start and he proves us wrong. Obviously, there'll be games where, Joseph proves people wrong. It's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's sport, it's what happens. But it's just, I just feel it's, when you look back over these, 16, 17 games, it's been the best combination. Rest in peace, you little worry, Rob Burrow. Yeah, too right, mate. It's nice to give him a little bit of a mention, even though it's a different sport. I love him. Rob Burrow grand final try against Saints was the best I've ever seen. 100%, mate. One of the best sporting moments I've ever seen, let alone just rugby league. Absolute legend. Danny No Way Latte Laugh is not proven as Piro. Piro has been banging. Yeah, that's a fair point, mate. It's a fair point. I think he's I think the style of him probably stands out better. He can do a lot more than Piro. But can he finish as deadly as Pirlo? I don't know. You know, and can he do it at a team as big as Leeds United? That's what you got to remember. He plays for Middlesbrough. They're doing well. They're a big club in their own right. I don't want to call them Tin Pot. They're all right in their own right in Middlesbrough. I'm worried about that fixture. Don't get me wrong. I'm worried about that fixture. But Leeds United is a different kettle of fish. It really is. Easy says, Joseph and Pirlo are both good players. Joseph will have the higher ceiling, but we're lucky to have both. Yeah, I agree, mate. And you know what's good about them both? Two totally different profiles. So like I say, it's just getting that best combination. But it's not like you've got two players who are very similar and they're both not doing it. Because if that profile's not working, you've got a totally different profile. So you tend to find every game you play, one of these two, that game's going to suit them. It's just who gets the most minutes in the game that suits them, if you get what I mean. If that makes any sort of sense. Evening, Matty's wife. I think she got a yogurt and a banana and went back to bed. Is your Mrs. Fark out, man? No, she's just shut up talking about Matty and get on YouTube out. That's what she is, mate. Chelsea scum. Yeah, imagine having a brother who's a Chelsea scum. Imagine not being Leeds and my own brother's a Chelsea scum. I don't really speak to him that much. He used to work with me. Well, work for me, but yeah, he doesn't know more. Ramazani, Nonto, Ow, Stroke. We have for foundation of a very, very good Premier League side, yeah. 100% easy. I mean, some of these players, you know what I like about Stroke? He came into the Premier League and he was dead young, wasn't he? Like I say, I think I said it last week. He started against Liverpool that first game back because Coops was captain without, and he got through into it, you know. And then when we had that as bad spell, he was playing out of left back. I feel like now he's ready for that step up. Like he's unbelievable. He's got everything on from a centre half as Pascal. Like no two ways about it. And out and Acker as well. Honestly, how we bought him for what we bought him for. The ceilings of the players you've named there, Ramazani, Nonto, Altanacker and Strout, the ceilings of these are just immeasurable at the minute. It sounds crazy, but honestly, I don't know where their ceiling finishes. They could go on to massive things in game, massive things. And I've said it before, and people might call me an idiot. Ramazani is a better player than Somerville. Ramazani, if he stays at Leeds, brilliant. I hope he does. But if he moves on, he goes to a better side than West Ham. I'm telling you now. And Nonto, yeah, he's same again. Best thing with Nonto, I don't feel like he's even playing in his best position. I really don't. I feel like he's a 10 going forward. I feel like honestly, he'd smash it in 10. He's doing all right out on wing and stuff. And, you know, I know he floats around all the time. He doesn't just stick to his position. He switches sides. He's played, he played at right. He's played at left. He has played in 10. I'm not sure he's played 9 for Leeds, maybe a false 9. He floats around in that area. I know he does for Italy anyway. But yeah, his ceiling's massive as well. It really is. And he's got a lot of mental stealers, Nonto. He's gone through quite a lot of experiences at Leeds. We're coming over at a young age, playing away in Switzerland at a young age as well before coming to Leeds. And yeah, all that thing beginning of last season, in and out of team, a couple of niggles, form drops in and out, and high ceiling. He's been through quite a bit, and he's matured this season. A lot of that petulance has gone. Mark Sutherland, would you buy anyone? Can I just clarify? This is Mark Sutherland, who I work with. I don't work with him every day, but it works for the same company as me. It is in there. I just want to double check this. There can't be two Mark Sutherlands. There can't be two legendary Mark Sutherlands in this who are Leeds fans. There can't be. But would I buy anyone in January? Yeah, I would. I want us to be proactive, mate. I don't think we need anybody. I'll state that. I don't think we need anybody, and I don't think we will go to add to the side. I feel like we'll only sign if someone goes, maybe a Vauban, maybe a Geldart, maybe a Bamford. I feel like they'll replace anyone that goes, if anyone goes. But I kind of feel like that he's happy with squad, you know. The part of me that thinks maybe a 10, that obviously a little bit's come out with James McAtee from City, so maybe there's something in that. No smoke without fire. He wanted a 10. He weren't impressed. He didn't get a 10. Farker, what it? Beginning of the season, wanted Roland Salai, and that didn't work out. I sort of feel like me and Darren from All Leeds Bros touched on it. Feel like Aronson maybe is just treading water. He's just filling a gap at the minute. Filling it well, by the way, playing well. But I don't feel like he's a natural 10 that Farker wanted. I feel like Farker likes a Buendia. Farker would have loved Pablo. I fucking love Pablo like we all did. I think he wants that flair sort of player rather than just a hard-working cog in the engine. But for me, I just don't see it. I think we're going to look too good by the time, window opens, unless we hit January and, we start with injuries as form dips. I just don't see it. As form usually spikes in January, we usually do well. Has been even when we were poor, like I mentioned it before. I remember Lasogga, we were crap, and then we really needed additions all over. And Lasogga banged in a couple of goals one January, and we didn't go and get anyone else in. And then Lasogga stopped scoring, and we ended up being that mid-table shower of shite we used to be. Still loved us, by the way, but yeah, you know the story. But no, I just don't think we will. I hope we do. I want us to go out there. I want us to go out there and put a statement down. Look at Ipswich. Look at Southampton. They went out there. They were in the mix last season. They went out and strengthened, and it got them over the line. Leicester didn't strengthen because they were so far in front for me. I know they nearly fell away, but they had that much of a buffer. They didn't need to. I don't think we'll have a buffer of that margin. But I think if we top up league, even if it's just 3 or 4 points in it, but we're looking good, I just think that might be enough to think, what's point adding to this side when we don't need it? But I would like him to. Martin Farker won't be our manager next season, I'm certain of that. I have to see what we make. I know you believe we'll go up, so that's just, for me, that's a bold statement, because it's just a massive call to get promoted, win league. You've even said we'll win league. You actually think we'll win league, and then you think we'll sack as manager. Stranger things happen in football. I think it's shocking, and I'll be pissed off at our ownership group if they do that. But that's just me, mate. And maybe I'm a mug. I am potentially a mug, mate. If I had loads of money, I'd probably lose it overnight, because I have to help people out. I see the good in people who don't sometimes deserve it. Sometimes I have my blinkers on, but I'm true to my word, and I think if you get us promoted, you deserve a crack at it. I'm just a straight down line sort of guy, and if you get us promoted, I'll shake your hand, and we'll see you next season. If it don't work out, it don't work out. And it's their risk, and they've got to weigh up that risk. It's not my risk. Maybe if it were my risk, maybe I'd think differently. But yeah, I think it is a bold claim. You must see where I'm coming from with that. It is a massive deal. But yes, if they don't believe in him, 100% they'll get rid of him. But for me, if he wins this league, they will believe in him. I mean, he's averaging what Joe said earlier, 1.97 points per game over time he's been at Leeds. The highest games points per game ratio ever in Championship for a manager. What more can he do? What more does he need to do? If he gets us up, he deserves to go out. Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, good, exactly what I said. Based on what you think Farker will do well in the Champ, or I think some players, like Bamford, have stayed too long, and that's why he received more criticism than he probably deserves. Yeah. Everyone's got a shelf life, haven't they? And sometimes we've never sold a lot of these players when the ceiling were high. When their value were highest. If we'd have sold Melier 3 years ago, you probably got 25 million for him. Bamford, you sell him around the England cap, and Tottenham wanted him because he was natural. Closest natural player in England at the time, Harry Kane, they were saying, like, that genuinely was said, and at the time, I can't really say it wasn't right, it wasn't accurate. They wanted him, you sell him there, but you just don't know what future holds at that time. They're too valuable to you to get, to let go out there. Might imagine him being a scum fan, even worse. Yeah, I suppose, mate. I suppose it's still as bad for me, but yeah, I suppose. Great win away from home today. It was a would have conceded 3 goals, even though none of the goals were directly Mellier's fault. 1 or 2 content creators questioning his position. Yeah, I mean, we're a bit far left, mate. But you're talking one step too far to the left. Maybe I can't butcher someone for that. The guy's running down that side, and then he cuts it back. I won't even expect him to cut it back like that. I was expecting him to fizz it across box, and it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. It's easy to criticise a goalkeeper, isn't it? He's literally just a sitting duck until that ball's struck. You know what I mean? Until that ball's left that guy's foot, he's a sitting duck. Could go left, could go right, could scuff it and it come and out. You just don't know. It was, he didn't catch it cleanly. It took a deflection. It looked worse the more they slowed it down and played it over and over. Was it a Sunderland error? No, come on, let's move on. Let's move on. If we'd have drawn that game 3-all today, I wouldn't have been moaning about that goal. I wouldn't have been. I'd been moaning a lot more than that. But that's just me. Elizabeth Meekle, evening, Danny. And no, Sean, she isn't far out. She is in chat. Voba did okay at left back. Yeah, he should do, mate, at this level, shouldn't he? I'm not a Voba fan, but he was all right. He came on to do a job, didn't see it out. But then again, we still conceded, didn't we, in that 90th minute? So Gillavogi came on to see game out, so did Voby, made a few defensive changes, and we still conceded, to be fair, Danny. I wouldn't buy anyone because they probably wouldn't play. It's a limited market. Yeah, I think that, mate. I feel like he's set on his side to a degree, or set on, the side plus the subs he uses. He doesn't like to go outside. That we saw that last year. I would like him to buy, but I don't think he will. We'll take a punt on Kelleher on loan with an option to buy if we go up. Yeah, 100% maybe. Him and Ramsdale will be top of my list, mate. No matter what, mate, I don't see him being here next season, Millier. But I said that last season. Sean, he's meant to be signing a new contract at Liverpool. Yeah, but signing a new contract doesn't mean old, Danny. Honestly, it doesn't mean old, does it? We signed Llorente to a 3 or 4 year deal on last year. It protects his value, doesn't it? It just means we'll have to pay more. And it'll be quite expensive. Will Keller want to be number 2, though? He needs to start playing games. Yeah, of course he does, mate. Liverpool number 1 keeper meant to be leaving. Well, that all depends on that. And if he leaves, then, it might be the same. Andy Rowe, it's all about picking the right manager. It might be worth keeping Fark for one more crack at it. Yeah, he will, mate. He'll get one more crack at it. He really will. He will definitely get one more crack at it. So just bringing it back to today's game, and I just really want to touch on. I'm massive on mentality, mental health and stuff like that, and I like to. I am the massive. Let's say when it comes to tactics and stats and stuff, I might be left wanting sometimes compared to some Leeds YouTubers, but I can always bring it back to just the human being and the emotions just of being a man in general. And that game today, the mental steel it took to come back, twice from being a goal down, 1-0 down, 2-1 down, and then to get in front and then to concede again at 90th minute. And honestly, I saw social media like Fark out, Millier, this disgusting. We rubbish. You like we saw at Sunderland. Millier comes out and collects that ball. Wow, what an away performance! He drops that ball, and everything goes to shit. Everything goes to shit. Not that I don't score that goal today. It's just an absolute shambles because of the way it happened. Yeah, granted, conceded 90th minute, but the mental toughness there to go and get another goal, unbelievable. That can't be. What's Sean saying here? Matt, you know more on tactics than that Joe Wayman fellow. I definitely don't, mate. But thank you. But yeah, it's like I say, the mentality of that side, it's massive. It's absolutely massive to come back and do that. We saw it under Bielsa that season, and that what side that got us up. The wins like that, the confidence they're going to get from that now, to the opposite side of the scale. If we draw that 3-3, it's like a loss in it, Just unbelievable that we won it that way. And it's been boring, hasn't it? Apparently, it's been boring. And I thought this would be, another one of those sort of games. But wow. What do you want? Do you want 1-0s and 2-0s, or do you want 4-3s? It had everything that it had everything but a red card, really, in a penalty, didn't it? It was just, end-to-end moments. Some really good passing, some really poor passing, some good finishes, some scruffy finishes. I just can't get over how Swansea defend. I just can't get over how high the line were. I know we play over high line quite a lot because we're comfortable in possession. I know they're, that's the way they play. I feel like we play very similar. We've just got more quality and pace about us to, better side in general. But to be fair, they give it a go. But yeah, bring it back to that, man. Honestly, the boys there have done so well there to come back into that game because, like I say, the writing were on the wall quite a few times in that game. It was like a roller coaster. Reading comments online, and it was bad. Fark and out were trending today in several periods of that game. And I don't heavily criticise this side this season or last season. After seeing, Premier League season losing most weeks and stuff. Yes, in Premier League, that's where we want to be. And we'll address that when we get there. But it's nice to win most weeks. It's nice to be up top end at league, now top of the league. Last season it was up towards the top end. It's nice. Your weeks at work are better. But what I will say is I was annoyed today with when we went 3-2 up. I was annoyed at the subs. Gillavogi coming on, yeah, fair enough. He can do a job. Voba coming on for Biden. I get what he's doing. He's freshening it up, keep it. But I just feel like we sat back. We invited it on. I said to missus with about 5-6 minutes left, they'll get one here. Why can't we just go on and end them? Mortal Kombat style, finish him. Why can't we just end it? Why have we got to just get in front just and then set the foot off at gas and invite them onto us? And it was a fantastic cross by them. Look, the left back, what a ball! I don't even know what to blame for that goal. I haven't really watched it back. I watched highlights once after the game. I need to watch it back really to analyse it a bit better and see. You know, we've got final pint tomorrow on the Leeds Bros channel. Time to be confirmed tomorrow over there. And I'll rewatch, you know, maybe extended highlights a couple of times just to pick some bits out that I've sort of it's gone over my head because it was such a wild game. But great ball. I think he got between Roden and Strauch and, you know, finished it. And it was just I'm blaming Farker for that third goal being conceded because it were clearly a tactic to sit back and try and protect it. He's massive on seeing games out. I remember with Gillavogi the other week, he came on and told him he wanted a Cloud Makalele performance, and he were annoyed because he felt like he would try to be as Zinedine Zidane and play more expansively, but his role was come on and seek game out. And that's what he'll been told today at 3-2 up. Seek game out. He'll been told that, Vobel will been told that, and somehow they've made it 3-3. And for me, the best form of defence is attack. I think that would be Elsa's quote. Just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Got you 3-2 up. And I feel like every time we scored today, there were moments where 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after we scored, where we could have got another one, and we just took us foot off the gas. Every time we scored today, we eased off. And it was annoying that you're just inviting them on. We saw that at Watford when we played Watford at home. Went 2-0 up so fast, and you think it's going to be 6s and 7s. And then we invite them on, and for the next 70 minutes, 80 minutes, they're unlucky not to get a point. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that with Farker today. That annoyed me. That. I see where you're coming from, Sean. But better the devil you know. Good managers, I think, on the ground. Yeah, they are, mate. Thing is, with being Leeds United, though, any manager worth his salt, really, who's out of work. When Leeds were in Premier League, we touched on it before. Me and all the Leeds and Bros were talking, and I think it was Sean who brought it up actually on his subscriber show. Would you have Mourinho? You know, it sounds crazy to say Mourinho at Leeds United, but if he, you know, even manages that level, this is probably why Easy, you know, mentioned it quite a lot because he believes we'll get a top manager as well. I'm not saying Mourinho, but you know, if there's a top manager out of work and Leeds United are in Premier League, why not? Why not? Outside a European side in England, it's the best job in England, isn't it? Outside any side in Europe, it's the best project. Everyone saw what Bielsa were doing or wanted to do, and now with the backing, now with the way the club's structured, it's ready for someone to kick on in it. And I don't envisage this side under Farker or under whoever. I don't envisage this side being a yo-yo club. I don't know. We did 3 years. We've come back down. We're going to go back up. There's always that chance, especially the first couple of years. I don't envisage us being a Burnley, being a Norwich, being a Sheffield United. I just don't see it. I think now, I feel like before, we felt everything were great because we had these players who did unbelievable stuff for what their ceiling was, which weren't the highest because of Bielsa. And we thought at the time, Radrizzani were brilliant, Orta were brilliant early on because of how well it were going, getting promotion. Best thing we'd ever seen in my lifetime or in 20 years, best we've seen. It turned out we were a League One club run behind the scenes, weren't we? But we didn't know that watching on. Now we know the infrastructure's there. The 49ers, you know, we'll see. You know, maybe they should wear a bandana and a stripy jumper. We'll have to find out. We didn't, you know, who would have thought 5 years ago Radrizzani would try and put a loan against the stadium. You know, you don't know, do you? You don't know what anyone's doing. But for now, everything seems rosy for me with 49ers. And if we get it right on pitch, I'm 100% certain, or 99.9% certain it's right off the pitch, and that synergy will be perfect. And I don't see us being a yo-yo club, will be fine. Whoever we've got in charge, maybe a fear factor because the Premier's ruthless. Yeah, 100%, mate. And it's one of them, mate. I'll probably hate it in Premier League. I'll probably hate it. I probably will because I'll go to games and there'll be games we'll come out and we'll have had us, you know, we'll have been spanked. I'll hate it. It'll be a very negative place. There'll be time. There'll be weeks. There'll be, you know, a couple of losses on bounce, maybe a couple of spankings. But then you'll have these little nuggets what you enjoy, where you go away to City and you win 2-1 when Dallas scores. You know, you'll get stuff like that again. Of course, you will. It's football, and those moments, you know, will hopefully outweigh the bad, and hopefully we'll have enough to stay up. But yeah, I think we'll build on, you know, whatever we do next season, and we'll push on and make ourselves an established Premier League side again because, you know,
for years now. You know, you look at how many years we've been out of Premier League. It's been way too long. 3 years we've been there. What in 22 years or something? It's scandalous for a side like Leeds. Yeah, they are more fun. Is anyone on the new app Blue Sky? It's better than Twitter. No, mate. I don't even run my Twitter, mate. My ex account, whatever. My mate Priestley runs that for me. So yeah, get over it and follow Imagine Not Being Leeds on X as well, please. And I get a few more followers and subscribers over there. Would you take Van Roy? We're not even having that conversation now, mate. Farker's just won 4-3 away. We're top at league. No, we wouldn't have anyone but Farker right now. I think Leicester will sign him up. Yep. Bit harsh on Farker, always chatting about sacking him. Started last year with half a squad, finished third before Premier League. Yeah. Like I said, Mark, 1.97 points per game at minute. They say 2 points a game is where you want to be at. He's pretty much on those, isn't he? He's pretty much on 2 points a game. And that's now for 46 games plus 16, 17 games, so 62, 63 games in charge, and he's on averaging just under 2 points a game. We'll call it 2 points a game because it fits my narrative. Can you imagine coming back down to earth with a bump defeat against Luton? I can't, mate, to be fair. No, I can't. I think worst we can expect from Luton game is a draw. That's worst. I feel they're going to be bouncing. Lads are going to be absolutely bouncing. They're going to be bouncing in that game. No, they don't say that. Danny, you're a rising star in the content provider scene. Keep up the engagement because you're a natural. Danny, you talking about me? I'm Matty. I hope you talk about me because that's a really nice comment, easy. But yeah, it's Matty anyway. But unless you mean Danny in chat, which yeah, I don't know, but yeah. But no, if that's about me, mate, I really appreciate it. I just try and give my honest opinion, and like I say, we don't always agree anyway, do we? Easy sometimes, you know. So I think you're wild, and sometimes I think I'm wild, but we're always respectful, and you know we do agree on quite a bit as well. To be fair, but I love engagement, mate. Like I say, I always when I first started, I was just doing pre-records all the time, and they were actually harder than this. I really enjoyed chat. You'll think I could, if I were to just come and do a review at game, it'd probably 10-15 minutes long if it were a pre-record, because I just really like information. It's boring. Getting in with chat now, and we go off on a tangent, we go down all these little avenues, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I logged on to do this. Cheers, easy. I'm glad you did. That'd have been embarrassing. I logged on to me StreamYard, obviously, to come on here, and he tries to make you upgrade to premium, which is like 60 quid a month or something. Where this is free, but it came on saying you've nearly got your maximum amount of hours for the month. And I'm like, bloody hell! It turns out you get 20 hours. I didn't realise for free, and I've only done this. Will be my 14th hour, so I've still got 6 hours worth left, but done an hour now waffling on these lives. I tend to drag them out for quite a period, to be fair. So I need to be careful. I'll end up having to upgrade, which I don't really want to do just yet. Also, Leeds Bros. Yeah. You know how I feel about only Leeds Bros, Sean. We're on this journey together, and you know. I really want to push them to do well and better the Sens, and they do me too. And I think it's sure the final pint on what we've got going on for, you know, little old us at the bottom of the ladder. I think we're doing all right. I'm really proud of what we're doing. I never thought I'd have confidence and know how. Or I always thought you'd have someone come on, and someone like Easy who knows what he's talking about, and you know, Sean and Danny, you're brilliant with your comments. I always thought you'd say you don't know what you're talking about when I only last 2 minutes. So it's going well to get the comments I get. And yeah, me and all the Leeds Bros we're here for long haul. So I'm glad you're all in on it. Dylan, this is where Leeds will start dominating the league, lads. Onwards, upwards. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I'm not a rising star. It was years ago. See, it has to be basic, mate. £20, 50 hours. You're gonna have to send me something on WhatsApp for that, mate, because I looked today, and when I clicked to upgrade it literally says it's like $88 or something for the next level up. So I don't know where that is, but yeah, that's something worth thinking about, mate. Because like I say, at the minute, I'm probably going to start getting close to 20 hours. I probably won't need it just yet, but it'd be nice to know, mate. Yeah, maybe send me something over so I can see that. Maybe screenshot or something, because I ain't got a clue. We couldn't do without you, Matty, lad. Yeah, you could, mate. You could. I'm on my own, so I'm going to say I couldn't do it without you guys. But you've got your brother, so you guys are. I ain't a Chelsea fan like mine either, so you've got it all. So don't start saying that. You're fine. You've got it. You've got it all, lad. Also, you can just delete the library to get your hours back. That's the referring to storage. Ah, okay. Sean Healy. That's only Joe. I talk rubbish because we love ripping each other. Yeah, it's all, mate, it's all about banter, good vibes. My channel, you know what I mean? I want to keep it healthy. I want everyone to, I want people in chat to become mates and friendly, and you know, same names pop up each time I do a live, and it's brilliant. You are going to have people who have, you know, bring bad vibes. Some people, trolls out there, I've not experienced any yet. Touch wood. I'm sure they'll come. There'll be people who don't agree with you. As long as it's all positive, you know. Don't want anyone coming on here and feeling shit about themselves. You know what I'm like. I like to get people on as well and chat, and I always want people to feel comfortable on my channel, especially. And hey up, Callum, mate. Nice to hear from you, pal. Yeah, it's cool. Well, you should see me at the beginning of the video, mate. I like that. Dillo, both streams are good. Yeah, well, guys, I'm probably going to leave it at that. I don't know what else can really touch on, really. Tanaka got man at match. Thoroughly deserved, although I'd give it to Dan James. Let's just, from now on, give Solomon a bit more respect. Let's see how he goes on Wednesday, because for me, he'll start Wednesday. He can't not after 2 goals. Be interested to see what happens with Nonto. I'll say that. Like, the Nonto thing now is very good going into Wednesday, but it could just be a rotation thing, you know. It literally could be. Maybe I'm being daft on that Solomon starting. Maybe it'll just be Solomon comes out and Nonto comes in. You know what I do like is that little bit of rotation I've seen today, just slightly. Like I say, bringing in, you know, taking Nonto off. It's not very often you see Nonto on bench, is it? So it was nice to see him switch it up a little bit. You know, put his trust in different players. Like I say, it weren't a massive change, but the easy one for me would have been Solomon on bench and Nonto out to left. That was easy one. This one could have ruffled a few feathers if it didn't work. It turned out perfect, didn't it? So I'm criticising Farke for certain aspects of that game. But on the other hand, some of the bold decisions they made. Solomon got 2 goals, Nonto on bench. Oh, what's he doing? He comes on and gets winner. So really, it worked out pretty well, didn't it? Worked out pretty well. Presser tomorrow. People you don't already know. Yeah. I didn't even watch Presser live, mate. I used to watch it, but now I just watch Joe's reaction because it's better. I usually listen to Joe reacting to it rather than the actual Presser itself. Richard Woodthorpe says, a win's a win, mate. But I hate being put through the ringer every time. Though you might say that's Leeds. It is, mate. And like the title says, imagine not being Leeds. Nah. Like I say, mate, it's a toss-up in it. We've had some boring games apparently this season. I've been bored in a few of them. But I just wanted 3 points. Didn't really care how they came. I didn't see that happening. Like I say, I am not entertained. Did not see that coming. 2 teams that don't concede goals. It's a fucking 4-3 thriller. But wow. I'm glad we had it, though. You know, glad we had it. Mint end. And you can get so much more from a 4-3 win at the death like that than you can a 2-0 sometimes. You know, the confidence going into Wednesday with Sky High. I expect us to come out of the blocks like we tend to do at Ellen Road and really, really try and put them to the sword. My issue will always be with Farke, and I love Farke. I'm definitely a Farke. I'm a big fan of his. I just want him to let the shackles off. When we score, when we're playing well, just keep it going. Keep it going. You know, we could go 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes, like we did against Watford at home on Wednesday, and he'll just rein us in that tad. I just want him to let him go. You know, attack is the best form of defence. Solomon has earned respect after today. He has 100%, mate. 100%. Dylan, don't forget to like and subscribe. Likes, and don't forget to tune into the final pint. It'll be an absolute banger tomorrow. 100%, Dylan. Yeah, like I say, final pint tomorrow. Anyone who doesn't know who's new here, please like and subscribe this channel. And we do after every game, a couple of days after every game, we do a show called the Final Pint. We have a beer, just like you would in pub, and me, Darren, and Dylan have a chinwag about it and put, you know, the last points about the previous performance. We alternate shows. It were on mine last time, so tomorrow it will be on the Leeds Bros channel. Please come across. We want to get his numbers higher on that. I believe, you know, there's some great YouTubers on seeing this, but I believe what we've got in the Final Pint in that show, our 2 channels coming together. I think it's one of the best shows out there. I really do. I think it's brilliant. I think the 3 of us really vibe off each other well, and please try and elevate it and get more likes and more interaction on it, because I feel like that shows it could be a really good one going forward. Farke made the call, people. Didn't like it, and he proved them wrong. Yeah, it did, mate. Worked out right, didn't it? A massive call. Yeah, we wouldn't have come back last season. I agree with that too. Smash a like and subscribe, please. Yes. Oh, go on, Callum. You're on it here. We all have Millwall. I didn't, mate. Well, they went 1-0 up. I didn't. I just didn't feel like I felt like they looked very open. They looked very open. It was a perfect game for Dan James. That perfect. It's so effective when defend. For me, that there, I know they scored 3 goals, but that was just a blueprint of how not to play against Leeds in terms of defensively for me. I thought they were very naive in defence, but they got the attack. But they conceded 4, so it didn't matter and ended it, you know. But fair play to them, they were brave. And that's how you should play when you're at home. You should play, you know. Yeah, we've got better quality than them, but they went toe-to-toe with us and they nearly got there, you know what I mean? They nearly got a point. Not effectively got the winner. It kept him happy, yeah. Would you rather have a thriller or a snooze fest? Well, there's going to be another snooze fest round corner, mate. There will be. Hopefully there'll be a few more thrillers as well. Because it's football, I want to be entertained. I want to be entertained. People say I don't want to see that every week. Why not? We won 7 goals. Why not? Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. We have more individual quality this season. Yeah, you know what it is? It's a bit of a layman's terms, but what I say is, if you hear me out for a second, is I feel like we had 2 stars last season, and I didn't massively love Somerville, but he was a star. And then this season, like if they're excellent, if they're stars, we've got underneath that. You've got like I think we've got more very good players this season. I think Tanaka's a star. I think Ramazan is a star potentially, but I feel like they were really our star men last season. Then we had a lot of good players. I feel like this season the level's gone from good to very good, and we've got more of them sprinkled around. But yeah, I think Ramazan and Tanaka and Strauch, as I said earlier, absolutely world isn't waiting. On the final pint, you need to sing. That's entertainment from Eric Clapton, I think. That's yeah. To be fair, that is something, mate. Yeah, I always sing at the end as well of the final pint. I always do a little sing song. Look out, Luton. A few final pints this week, yeah, man. Luton next, another kind of game. Lump it up. That's entertainment, Paul Waller. 7 goals is fine, but we can score our 4th on 70 minutes. Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, mate? It'd be nice. Gives that old ticker a bit of a rest on it then, like, but yeah. And I am crap. Remember, nice. This is more than chipping in. It didn't. This season, more than chipping in. It didn't this season. Last season, rested Ramazani. Hopefully, with 4 more minutes on Wednesday. Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully, he can come on and get 20 minutes or something, and you know we see him get some minutes into legs, and then hopefully for Saturdays gets a bit more. I would expect another 2 weeks, and you know he'll be pushing that start then. And my God, I can't wait for that. Cannot wait for that. But yeah, right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to call it a night because I'm up early. But yeah, who cares when we score? Are you not entertained? But yeah, Leeds are going up, going up. Leeds are going up. Na 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 na. Leeds are going up, going up. Leeds are going up. Come on. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm going to fucking sleep a week tonight, but I've got to go try. Stare at ceiling till about 3 a.m. with all this going on in my head. Absolutely love it. Thanks so much for chat. Smash a like, subscribe if you don't think I'm a total idiot. Even if you do, smash a like anyway. It's not hurting anybody. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Love you all. Big up. See you tomorrow night at the final pipe with Only Leeds Bros. Yeah, and then we'll do it all again Wednesday, won't we? And then weekend. Fucking hell, I love this side. Right, guys. Love yous. Take care, everyone. Have a good week. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.